Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody, welcome. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Ain't no ball like me.
Hare Krishna, hey, Lalita Ganga, Evo, welcome. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Okay. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. The link is on here. If not, it should be on my timeline. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. There he is. Hare Krishna, Lalita Mala. Welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's just do some traditional first. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's see Lalita Madhava dance here. He likes traditional. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. There's Lalita. There she is. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Oh Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hey, Lalita. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right. Hare Krishna is a little nice dancing song for Lalita Madhava. Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda. Oh, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jesus. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita 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 Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Advaita Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhe Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Radhe, Govinda, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda.
Damn, Apple made this one.
Hare Krishna, hey River, welcome. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Damn, you told me this one.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Damn, you told me this one.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga.
Purchase your tracks today.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Damn,
This is victory for River Yamuna and Lalita Madhava and Lalita Ganga. Victory and everybody else watching. We are victorious in His name. In Sadhu Sangha, we have won. And we are making winners here. Olympic champions in Krishna consciousness. The real Olympians are here. The overcomers. This is it. You have arrived. There she is. Aha. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gonna slap a copyright thing on me, but who cares? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hello, William from Los Angeles, California. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, that was interesting. Ah, this is so fantastic. Isn't this great? Wow, man. What a sanctuary. What a place of refuge, fortress of solitude. Superman, roll over. There's a lot more Superman. It's not only you, man. There's a lot of Supermen and women being made here. This is Krishna's our fortress of solitude. Isn't it great? Oh. That's the treasure is the name. You know, the treasure of Sanatana Goswami. We don't need this.
Thanks for using.
The treasure of Sanatana Goswami was the holy name of Krishna because you could chant it in ecstasy. Okay? When the ecstasy starts to arise, you really know this is a treasure, man. You realize this is it, man. You made it. You know? And it grows. It just grows. You don't just start chanting like that. You know, it just grows. You know, grows on you. Sometimes it grows fast. You know. Let's see here. This is awesome. That's what I like to hear. Dean Smith says, this is awesome. Hey, that's it, man. William Griffith, this is awesome. Also, hey, William from California, let's give him a hand. Yeah, it is. Okay, where are we at? Let's see here. Let's see what mischief we can get into now. Are you ready for some mischief, everybody? Hey, who are we going to pick on today? Let's see here. What do we got? Nartom here. Let's check him out a little bit. Nartom. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's see if this is the right mood here. Song one. Beautiful glorification here. Oh, when will I be very... Oh, is this the right one? No. Song one. When will that opportune moment come to us, when there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Lord Gauranga's name? Oh, yeah. Woo, yeah. When will that opportune moment... Oh, Nartam. When will that opportune moment come? Oh, when will that opportune moment come? When, to us, when there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Lord Gauranga's name. Yeah, when it comes by association with devotees. That's why they're here, man. Devotees are here. You become a devotee like that, shivering in your body, chant Gauranga's name. It's like for your life and soul. It's so wonderful to have not only God as your life, it's God that you don't know very well. No, Gauranga. That person, that personality of Godhead with these wonderful, exotic, fabulous qualities, virtues, transcendental, and only awakened spiritual senses can taste. Whoops, yikes. There's the lose our connection. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare. Oh, like this. Okay. While chanting, when will that opportune moment come to us, when there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Gauranga's name? While chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears in the eyes? Isn't that amazing? There's many of us here getting that. What a wonderful blessings coming over here. How many people know that this is what Krishna consciousness is all about? The shivering and the tears and the laughter. Things you see like on River right now in Lalita. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. The highest devotees are saying, this is the goal. See, he's pointing. This is the goal. This is it, man. Love for God, love for Gauranga, where that's your object of love and it's manifesting. See, that is perfection. That is the highest goal of all the planets, persons on every planet in this universe. That is it, loving God, and especially in his more personal forms. Gauranga, Krishna, Radha. That is it, man. Wandering all these planets, everywhere. It's all, this is it. Then you're free. Then many people are free here. See? Because Shiva is see? Nartam would have said something else if there was something better. He knew. He just directly. That's it. When will there be tears in the eyes when I chant Radha and Krishna's name? Can you see what kind of assurance? Even Christians, they're confused whether they're liberated or not. Oh, we get so much assurance of what's true in the Vedas. Makes it very clear. Brahma is always praising this ecstasy. Prahlad. Everything is about this. The highest goal of life is achieved by Prahlad because he chanted in ecstasy and tears were in his eyes and everything. See, this is where it's all leading. If you don't know that in Krishna consciousness, you don't know what it's all about. You don't know who you're worshiping or why. That's the kingdom of God, is this worship, man, in intimacy and ecstasy. The fig leaf is burned up. No more figs, just veil is gone. And now you know where your life is. You need life? Oh, chant holy name. Isn't that nice? If you need some life, if you need some energy, some purification, you can drop all the rules, right? Because just now it's just you. You're going to have naturally nice qualities. Naturally. How can you not be a decent person communing with God like that intimately? What do you need rules to tell you how to be and how to act in this world when you're loving God like this? That's what I'm noticing. What do you need all these other things for? Just love the Lord, just come to the point of tears in the eyes and shivering. William says, when my wife wakes up, I shiver. She is my Rani. Oh, next life, I will probably come back as her favorite dig. Favorite dig? Can you explain that last word? Good. Yes. When my wife wakes up, I shiver. I say, yeah, the same. I feel the same way. And I'm not even married. When I open my mouth and I call Radha and Krishna, when she wakes up, I start to shiver. When I start to feel her arising, I start to shiver and tears come to my eyes. So I feel the same way as you, my friend. Totally understand where you're coming from. Oh, dog. Become her dog. Yeah, I'd like to become Radha's dog also. I wonder if they have dogs in Vrindavan. Probably. If they have them here, they must be there too. Or maybe the deers are the dogs there. I don't know. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Great verse. I love that verse. Okay, when will I obtain the mercy of Lord Nitai Chandra? When will I attain the mercy of Nitai Chandra? When by his mercy will the desire for material enjoyment become very insignificant? See, notice it's not eradicated. It's insignificant. This is better. This is the real life. You know that. That's all the Lord wants. You don't want to know what real life is. What real food is. That's what he wants to know. Okay, this is real food for your spiritual body that's awakened now. Don't neglect that. And of course, you got this food here. Everything will be more and more in balance. Oh, when will I get the mercy of Lord Nitai Chandra? Yeah, when you find his servant, man. When you find the bona fide spiritual master, now you're sure part of Nitai Chandra's mercy. Who knows? Maybe some lifetime, many lifetimes, maybe. But you're assured you meet the real devotee who is actually, see, Nityananda is the original guru. When Lord Chaitanya came, the original guru, Balaram also. See, you got to come in the line. Where's Nityananda's servant, man? Who has those qualities? Those ecstatic qualities, those blissful qualities. Where are those? Where are the tears, man? The shivering. Oh, the holy, and other things. Oh, holy laughter. Where's that? That's where the real line is. Otherwise, you haven't found it yet. You're still looking. You still want to be devotee. Anabas. You got to find the real devotees. The real spiritual master. See? Spiritual master, you don't have to be so formal. Just they've mastered spirit, Radha and Krishna. You could see, boy, when they call Hare Krishna, boom, Radha and Krishna there. Oh, yeah, there you go. Must be a master. Well, they won't come if you're not a devotee. You'll chant like this, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, and there'll never be a tear in your eye. See? You got to find a spiritual master, person who's mastered the spirit. What is the spirit? Radha and Krishna, right? They're spirit, man. They're not material. They're spiritual. Can you see symptoms and signs of what temple, what bodily temple they are in this world? Because if you do, you found the door into Vrindavan. Otherwise, you haven't found it yet. Oh, a lot of false doors up there. People prancing around stages, with the big sticks. And they say, yeah, we're it. Yeah, but never see signs of it in the temple. There are no shows. There's no show going on. No Radha Krishna show going on. Isn't that what it's all about? Have a Radha Krishna show and then more fun. Don't you like to have a show like that in this world? Come on, man. That's the new Vrindavan. Amy says, where's that? Okay, I'll read. I'll be the reader because you guys are too drunk on ecstasy or something. Okay. Krishna consciousness is also the most logical. I love this. This gal she has great insight. Where'd she come from there, River? Just out of nowhere. They just appeared. Krishna consciousness is also the most logical method for thriving. Now, she really thinks straight, doesn't she? Straight shooter, straight thinker, very simple. Didn't even have a picture of Krishna on her page. Can you imagine? Didn't he have a devotee friend with all the show, the saris and the nice straight tilaks and all looking like devotees? And she comes along and thinks 1,000 times better than those people that have been doing these things for 50 years. Look at this. Really clear. Krishna consciousness is also most logical. See, it is. Method for thriving because by directing all of your emotions and thoughts towards one source, Krishna, that in itself causes a balance within you and allows things in your life to naturally fall into place. That's exactly it. Exactly. See, Krishna is our source. The whole problem with the world, why it's all screwed up, well, it's not really screwed up. It's acting uniformly. Everything is kind of not perfect in this world because of not connecting to what's perfect. Krishna's perfect. God's perfect. And everything becomes arranged nicely in our lives because of this, communing with our source, connecting to our source. Like, what's that guy? The Green Lantern. He's got that ring. He's got to connect it to the lantern, and he gets empowered. See, that's Krishna speaking about how it works, using that metaphor. We're meant to be like that. You don't need a ring. You just got to, open your mouth, and the voice, the sound vibration connects us to that source, and we're alive now. We got life. Otherwise, there's not. People are getting their life from the modes of nature. This is all death. This is zombie apocalypse. When you're not connected with the source, the spiritual source, then you're not spirit, man. You're identifying with matter, and that's the zombie apocalypse. People are walking around like zombies because they're only connecting with the material energies. It's not life in that. Not when you realize this. That's why everything becomes insignificant in this world. Even the mode of goodness is insignificant. Without connecting to source, there's no real joy for a devotee. It's insignificant. Happiness in the mode of goodness is insignificant. Even though you may do, if you're a Brahmin type, may do a lot of rituals rituals or austerities, whatever. It's, you know that this is the real life. Shamagori says, we are no slaves. We are no slaves of our Lord. We are loving servants of our sweet Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the grace and mercy of our amazing Gurudev, Srila Guru Haridas. See, that's how you quickly get the mercy of Lord Nitai Chandra. And then how do you know you got the mercy and you're in the real line? Is the shivering starts and the tears come. There you go. You found it. Can you imagine worshiping gurus for 5, 10, 20, 30 years and no tears are ever coming? Can you imagine I couldn't imagine doing that now that I have this experience. That's the witness program here. People got to show, what's really going on here? Is this a bad tree that we're cultivating here? Well, obviously, it's a tree in the line of Nartam. He's praising what's going on here, isn't he? See, that's in the book, and this is in the living book. What he's talking about is manifesting here. So this must be the real line, huh? It's not just in the book, but not in the lives of devotees. I don't care how much they're jumping around and everything. It's all leading to this: the revelation and the act of the shivering in the body and the tears in the eyes, like the book says. Where's that? That's where real Krishna consciousness is. Otherwise, it's just in the book and it goes right over your head because you don't see it in reality, and therefore it's just just not even important because I don't see that. All I see are rules, regulations, and ceremonies. But the tears and the shivering, we don't see it. See, that's where the real line is. If you went to Nartam, that's what would happen in your body very soon. Now, there are 3 preachers mainly: Nartam, Shamananda, and Srinivasan. What did they preach? The Goswami books. That's how it works. Book Bhagavat and Devotee Bhagavat. Boom. You get the result. Shivering and tears. Oh my God, I cry every day for hours. Yeah. And you got to see the crying here is different than the crying in the world. The crying here is full of joy for the devotees. Unless you're purifying. The purifying crying is the pain, but when that's cleared out, then you cry and there's nothing but ecstasy in that crying. People don't know the difference. I cry for hours. Yeah, you probably do. How do you feel, though? I don't know. Maybe you're feeling I don't know. Maybe, a lot of people, they come here and they're getting so much benefit, they still don't make the connection that it's because of coming here that they're getting these things. I remember one guy who was like this. He didn't make the connection that it was because he came to Sadhu Sangha and he eventually left. And everything else left after. And you know what his preaching was after he left? And there's no prema in this world. That was the preaching. Oh, no prema. Only austerities and renunciations and Brahmanism. I really do not know anything about it, but I connect it with God. Yeah, well, anyway, how do you feel when you cry? That should be the question. Because if you're crying in bliss and ecstasy, that's the crying. If you're crying, oh, yeah, poor me, or whatever it is, okay, this is worldly stuff. It's kind of a purification, probably. But anyway, here it'll transform into joy. You want joyous crying, ecstatic crying? Well, stay here and it'll turn into that. Feel good. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Stick around, and everything will be great. Yeah, learn from Yamuna. She'll teach you real Krishna consciousness. All right. What else? What is this here? Okay. Back to Nartam here. When the mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. Then my spiritual life will be successful. When my mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties. That's the shelter of the Lord. When you got the shelter of the Lord, it's like that. It just comes with the territory. Mind is free from anxieties. Because why? Because now you're linking up to the Lord's mind and heart. Radha and Krishna, they're not in anxiety, and you're communing with them. Why should you be in any anxiety? You're taking shelter there. The more we do this is the practice, the fun practice, not this is the practice, the discipline. No, well, it's a discipline, but this is the fun. Let us commune with the Lord and be free of anxiety. I think I'm with that. Anybody in that? You keep doing that, keep dipping into that. You start to put two and two together, realize, oh, when I'm chanting Hare Krishna and being around Sadhu Sangha and the devotees and feeling this kind of purification and free of anxieties, this is where it's at. Wow, I can actually live in that state. Yes, you can. Just keep coming, keep dipping in, man. After a while, it becomes a lifestyle. You become like, hey, man, I can't live any other way. Why would I even want to live in any other way? People are living with anxieties and fears all the time. It's a lifestyle for them because they don't know any better. They haven't contacted real devotees. Even in religion, they still have anxieties and fears and all that. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're putting this on in religions. They believe the government, who causes more anxiety for them. They can't get free of it. See, they got, if you're not governed by this communion with the Lord and free of anxiety, wouldn't it be nice to have a lifestyle like that? That's what you can get here. You're going to be governed by the world government. That's the Lord's Maya, full of anxieties and fears. And nowadays, they're increased. Okay? So make there's two choices. Either be governed by that, your government out there, because they're really showing we want control over everything about you. We want to know where you are, what you're doing. You notice that? Where you are, what you're doing. And you guys got too much freedom. We don't want you to even drive the cars wherever you want. We're going to have self-driving cars. They're going to drive you where we want you to go on the computer program. What a draconian thing. That's what's waiting for you. No wonder people are in anxiety and fear. Am I worried about that? I'm already a success, man. To me, it'd be just kind of interesting. Let's see what they're going to do in this draconian future. I'm already free. I know where my freedom of anxiety comes from. You know, just be with Radha and Krishna, man. Just dance. Just like you participate in the rasa dance. You know. And then this is just kind of, well, let's see what they do in this draconian horror story. You ever go to a horror movie? I don't like them too much, but but it's like watching a movie. You go, okay, it's this movie here, going on for those who haven't found a shelter. Oh, hey, over there, you want to get out of that? You want to get out of identifying with that movie? It's just a movie. It's only you're just there because you identify with that, and you don't have the freedom from anxiety because you're not communing with the transcendental Lord, which we teach here how to do that. That's all here, man. Freedom from anxiety. Well, you come here, you'll learn very quickly how to chant the holy names or the scriptures in ecstasy, in bliss. There you go. Where's the anxiety, huh? All gone. Where's the fear? How can there be any fear when you're communing with where it all comes from? All comes from them, everything. Even Mahamaya comes from them, It's that shadow, it follows them around. See? So don't follow the shadow around. Follow Radha and Krishna around. Follow the true light. The true light is the true conception of the Lord that comes by the true feeling for God, the true blue love. See, true blue love. Where'd that come from? See, true blue. Yeah. See, when my mind is completely purified, being free from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. And then my spiritual life will be successful. Yeah. How do you know you're understanding Vrindavan? Eagerly. I love Radha and Krishna. They're so nice to be close to. Yeah. Oh, I love their names. Oh, their names give me the ultimate happiness, the ultimate satisfaction, ultimate purification, the ultimate inspiration. Hey. There you go. That's it. Simple. No complicated thing. Conjugal love around and then my spiritual life is successful. Can you imagine? There are many people here, their spiritual life is successful already. I love it, man. And I'm still on the planet. I get to see it with my own eyes. Yeah, I get to see people. That shows you how much powerful mercy there is in Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and their entourage, and preaching that in the world from one's heart. And realize, powerful. People are getting that already, the shelter of Vrindavan, free of anxieties, and spiritual perfection. That's how powerful Lord Chaitanya's mercy is, and manifesting here in this Sangha. That's no one. I'm not surprised. These gurus can't believe it, or the ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti even can't believe what's going on here. Well, we're going to make it clear. It gets clearer every day in Sadhu Sangha. It's what it's all about. To see where the real path is. It's always with the real devotees, and they're rare. Lord Chaitanya was a rare incarnation. His devotees are a rare incarnation in the world, and they're certainly more rare now. As we see, a lot of people are on their way to Krishna, but they still got to get more clear where the real path is. Not the the semblance where, people are practicing being gurus and practicing being followers, even though the books say you're still a false follower, man. You're not following the path of prema. You got to find the path of prema first to follow the path of prema, right? Isn't that logical? Where you got to follow the path is always what? The devotee. Didn't Jesus say that? I'm the way. I'm the truth. I'm the life. That's called prema. You got to see where's the path? Where's the path? It's a devotee. Always was, always will be. It's universal truth. It's a door. It's the portal outside the universe. There's only one portal. The person from outside that comes inside. You look inside that portal, you see Vrindavan, the true Vrindavan. Just like you look in Krishna's mouth, you see everything in there. But you want to find Vrindavan, you got to find the devotee. They're the door. It's always a door. That's the real line. You haven't until you find that, you haven't found the real line. You're still not following the path of prema because you haven't seen the path of prema. You don't know what the path of prema is. That's what the Lord came to teach, the path of prema bhakti. He came to accept the path of ecstatic love. Have you, in ISKCON, accepted the path of ecstatic love? What's that? How about you and Gaudi Smita? Have you accepted the path of ecstatic love? No, I'm a Raganuga Bhakta. I don't know what that is. I never was told anything about that. Because those who allegedly had it, they were no-shows. They didn't show this. We're holding the dam back. How are you going to accept something that's being held back? Still don't know what it is. No shows. Accepting the path of prema, you have to see it. You have to show God, show your own heart that you want it. Right? Isn't that what Lord Chaitanya meets his guru? His guru would chant Hare Krishna and be swaying in ecstasy. Oh man, this mantra. Oh man, I'm drunk, man. Lord Chaitanya, I want that. I want to chant like that. That's it. I want the payment of ecstatic worship. Yeah, I saw it. Here he goes. That's how you follow the path of prema. It's the devotee in prema. You don't like what's going on here with all this ecstasy going on? You are blind. I don't care how big a title you got, how big your stick is, how many followers you have. You're still blind. And your followers are blind because you're blind. You don't know where the real path in Krishna consciousness is, or the real path of God is. The real path for a Christian is the devotee who has the gift that comes through their line. The Holy Spirit makes you whole. Without it, you don't know what is spirit and what is matter. You don't know what is reality because you've never seen reality. All you see is illusions and all kinds of levels of illusions. There's only one real reality. That's love of God. God is transcendental, spiritual. And without that love, you cannot realize that. So he's just wandering in some level in the illusions in religion. A lot of illusions in religion because there's motivations there. Material not spiritual motivation. See, devotees are spiritually motivated, right? Wow, man, it's so nice to be free of anxiety. You're not even thinking about it. I just love communing with God. It's so interesting, so fascinating, so intoxicating. Man, this is the most fantastic experience in this universe. Or at least in this world, in our experience. What do we got here? When service above self comes from Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let's see here. Krishna is the great cleanser of the soul. Yeah, and actually, to really be cleansed, good is devotion has to awaken. See, that is really important, because that's what really cleanses us is bhakti. That's why the highest devotees are the Radha Dasis. You know, they know Radha, this devotion is really important. They not see, like Krishna himself, he's after Radha. He thinks just she's got more qualities than him. She's because of her devotion and all that. So the most intelligent devotees, if you or just, you know, everybody, whatever way you worship the Lord is fine. But the ones who really go deep are the ones that the gopis, especially the manjaris, because they're really after Radha. That's why they, you know, people say, we're Rupanugas. Yeah, are you really Rupanuga, man? Where's the devotion? Where's your hankering for, you know, if these people say, we're Rupanugas. Yeah, are you really? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you here where all this Radha love is? Why aren't you appreciating? You don't even know. You're Rupanuga in your mind, not in your heart yet. Rupanuga is, hey man, where is this, where are the devotees, those rare devotees who know the value of devotion and how important it is? You know, Radharani is the embodiment of devotion. She's where it all comes from. If you know her, why would you be devoted to devotion? Why wouldn't you be preaching the glories? When you preach the glories of devotion, you're basically preaching her. You know, if you're not doing that, you don't know what Rupanuga is. You don't know where, you know, what is a manjari. They know this devotion. Lord Chaitanya knew the value of devotion. That's why that was his main thing, was to bring people, give them the spirit of devotion so they can enjoy the worship of God instead of enjoying the worship of the modes of nature. The enjoyment there is inauspicious. Are you okay, Tom? You look a little bit spaced out.
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, good.
Situated in determination.
Okay, good. I already had all the symptoms. Read that, Tom.
I already had all the symptoms. I remember very well. Shivering, something, crying, and lately laughing like a madwoman.
Yeah, you see, this is developing sadhu sangha. You know, faith in Guru and Krishna, not just faith in Krishna, and not just faith in Krishna and somebody who hasn't realized Krishna, but faith in Krishna and a real Guru who is empowered by devotion to Krishna. See, that causes this to happen very quickly in those who develop such faith. That's why you can begin to understand the essence of the purports of the scriptures, which is this, what we preach here. You can relish it, you can appreciate it. Okay? Yeah. So that's how you know. I mean, that's how I know. I'm seeing, okay, how is their people's faith in Guru? And okay, I see they have faith in Krishna, but do they have faith in Guru yet? And when they, you know, I could see that I'm learning, I'm discovering, I am seeing all these things, how it manifests. I see the scriptures are so true. I see it in you guys. I see who has that kind of faith and who doesn't. Because who doesn't have that faith, they don't have the clear realizations. You can even see too. You can see they have faith in Krishna, but not in Guru yet. And therefore they're not so clear. And those who have real strong faith in Guru and in Krishna, boy, that bakes the cake, man. The icing is there. See, you can see too. See, why? Because I'm sharing these things, man. A lot of ecstatic worship comes into this, for a long time, man. Yeah. So read this, Tom. And read the names so we know who it comes from.
Shama Sundari. I always felt God in my heart. He was guiding me, but here, because of you, Guru Maharaj, my relationship becomes strong, permanent, personal, sweet, and intimate. Thanks to you, I can enjoy my God. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Lord Chaitanya said this. He said to it, if you don't worship, or if you don't, worship, if you don't believe, if you don't get the association of one of his intimate devotees, you will not perfect your bhakti, even though it's there, even though you get glimpses of it. But to perfect it, you get the association of his intimate associate, and then you perfect it. See, and you will feel it. You'll feel, yeah, man, this is strengthening me in this association. It's a place where I can grow this real truth in me. Otherwise, it won't be perfected. Okay, so that's exactly. See, you could see she's right in line. Right in the real path, right? The Lord would tell people this: if you don't associate with this devotee here, you will not perfect your bhakti. Even though you may have something, people bring in from other lives. They need to associate with a devotee to perfect their bhakti, and that's what I see. I see everything is kind of working like that. Yeah, Lalita Ganga, she had experiences, Lalita Madhava before, and Johan also, and now they're perfecting their bhakti. You could see it's just right in line, man. What you see in the book, what you hear in the book becomes a living reality. It's the path, man. That's why the devotee is the path. The devotee is where you perfect the path back to Vrindavan. It's all there. Yeah. Let's see. Again, go on chapter 1 of Adi Leela in the Veda base, Tom. Or actually, River, you in the mood? Want to read a little bit? Yes or no? I don't know. Maybe you're muted.
Yeah, Maharaj. We're just going to Rangas at 2, so we can get him to listen and associate with people.
What time is it now? What time is it now?
It's 1:30.
Okay, so read a little bit.
Okay. So
chapter 1, and I'll tell you the verses. I'm going to have you skip a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to play a little game here, the Harinam game.
So we're reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah, chapter 1. Yeah, read first verse.
Spiritual masters, yes?
First and second verse.
Okay. Jai Sila Gaura Haridas. I offer my respectful obeisances. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his planetary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself.
Yeah, you see, this is the spiritual potency of the Lord. See, this is we need to offer our worship of that. And that's, if you got a real spiritual master, they're going to teach you that. What are the spiritual potencies to worship? Not the, but also the energies. Part of the energies is his Maya. You learn to put it in its place, man. You don't worship the shadow. Why would you do that? Krishna barely looks at, when have we looked at our shadow? I don't even remember looking at my shadow. Why is everybody else looking at the shadow of God? Why not look at the light, man? The light is a transcendental potency. If you got a real guru, they'll put your focus on that. They'll teach you. They'll show you. They are that. Otherwise, they're not real guru yet, man. That's why Prabhupada said even Chaitanya Charitamrita is postgraduate. He knew his disciples could not get clear. They didn't know who he was, really. They sort of knew, something, but they weren't clear. We're making that clear. Who is Prabhupada? He's part of that. The spiritual master, part of the spiritual potency. Are you part of the spiritual potency, man? Can people see that you are bringing forth into this world this spirit? Radha and Krishna spirit, devotion to God, where you're in love with the supreme personality of God and his name and his qualities, and it shows in the temple that you are. This is a temple here. You're all temples, all of us. Is God, the living God, inside us? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is he alive, living inside the living God, or is he dormant, which he is in most people that I've seen? You see, I just look at, the modes pumping through everybody. You're still like a zombie apocalypse until you're alive with the spirit. Yeah. Love of God, love of Krishna, love of Christ, love of Ram. You got that in you. So otherwise, you're not alive yet. Therefore, how do you do that? Chapter 1, Adi Lila, man. The bona fide guru is always praising the spiritual potency. Focusing us on meditating on that and getting purified and coming to the point of shivering and tears and love for Nityananda's name and Radha and Krishna's name. It's all about that, man. Yeah. You get the point? Read this, Tom. Let's see what William has to say.
You are a teacher in your own right.
Yeah.
William Griffith. You are a teacher in your own right. Thank you for a great start to this Monday in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you needed being in Los Angeles, man. Yeah. Okay, go ahead there. Read the next verse.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun. Who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gaudiya to dissipate the darkness of ignorance, and thus wonderfully bestow benedictions upon all.
Yeah, you can't look. See, you need the moon, man, and that's why you need Nityananda's servant. Nityananda's servant is like a moon. So you can't look at the sun. It's the same thing. You look at God. You get confused. It's too much, too bright. You need the moon, man. You notice the real devotee associate is looking at the sun, man, because see, they become the sun in this world. They make everything relevant. They make God relevant. You notice Prabhupada wrote, why do we like his books and his purports? Because he made God relevant in this world. Relatable.
Yes.
That's Guru, man. Can you relate to Radha and Krishna? You know, they're relatable. Can you understand them? Can you taste their presence, experience their presence? That's what the real Guru does. They are doing it themselves. They're the example. You look at them. Oh, their lifestyle is Radha and Krishna. Devotion to Krishna. This is that. Now you're learning something very new. That the whole universe is blacked out. It's a blackout for them. You know, they're all people looking at the shadow, man. You got to find the example. That's why they're part, a very important part. That's why even Lord Chaitanya quoted these verses. Hey, man, worship of my devotees is better than worshiping me, because you'll never know me without the devotee teaching you. They're going to bust your ignorance and bust your illusions. Bring you fast to God. Otherwise, you're searching here and there and everywhere. You're even studying the books and the Bibles and the thing, and you're just still not clear. It takes so long, and maybe you'll get God, maybe not. That's what Krishna himself says. You know, if people worship me directly, like in the scriptures, they're trying to figure out, and they got these other gurus who haven't realized Krishna. Everybody's kind of not really clear, you know. Oh, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Krishna says that himself. Oh, but you find my devotee, my real devotee, it is guaranteed you're going to get me, as we show that here.
Jai.
People are getting Krishna for sure. With all the symptoms you read in the scriptures, and then you become aware of them now because you see them in living reality. Live, on camera, lights, camera, action. It's liberation from the modes of nature, ecstatic love of God. That's the action here, man. This is why this is the greatest show. This is better than the Hollywood blockbusters out there. Right there, Karuna. I warned some people about him. You know, I was preaching the other day. I said, well, you know, if you come, you're going to see some guy with weird hair and the beard. Accept everybody here as they are. As long as they're not too offensive, we accept them. Okay, what do we have here or there? Read this, Tom.
Shama Gauri. What I feel here is a natural process by listening to and associating with devotees whom got all the wonderful symptoms of prema.
Yeah, natural love for God. That's what if you find a sangha like that, where there's natural love for God. And you know what? It's so funny. People in religion, they think, oh, that's the devil. You know, we know who we worship. That's why the Lord doesn't appear so easily, because people think he's the devil. You know, they think it's everybody an illusion, even all the way up into religion, don't know the Lord very well. See? So the next stage from the worship in the rules and the regulations is this raganuga, this intimacy with the real qualities of the Lord, which takes purification. You got to go to the baptism by fire. See? This is why, you know, they thought Jesus, here the Pharisees, they were worshiping the Bible and fasting and everything like Vaishnavas are doing, studying the scriptures and all that like the Vaishnavas are doing. See, it's always the same kind of pattern. And then Jesus comes along and is getting people who believe his word and getting them purified by his word, you know, going through the baptism by fire, you know, and then they're this spirit, they get the spirit awakening in them, that this devotion, this love for worshiping God, in this transcendental spirit form, in the form of the name and the scriptures. That's what we got, really. So this is the path here also. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, then natural love comes. Okay. River says, I have transcendental anxiety for Krishna. Oh, that's great. Yeah, there is an anxiety to attain Krishna. That's one of the feelings. Like sometimes you feel like, where is Krishna? Where's it? And this anxiety, yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, it's transcendental because it's reposed on Krishna. Okay, read this.
Amy.
Oh, no. Karuna, you want to read? Why don't you read this? No? Okay, then you read this.
I can't see it, Maharaj. There's no comments coming up here.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyway, you read this, Tom. Go ahead. Sorry.
Replying to William Griffith. He is the #1 teacher, and he is teaching the most supreme and necessary material that there is.
It's interesting. You could see those who develop, whether they're new or old or what, then when they develop faith in Krishna and the real guru, they get good realizations. That's why I look like I learn what works and what doesn't, and what is really true and what isn't. And it's just amazing. Everything I see keeps confirming that Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books are so true. They really work. They're really the real, they really manifest the map of the real path. And those people who follow it, just usually naturally, just naturally there. It's like that. Uh-oh. Okay, they're back. Sorry about that. Okay. There we go. Okay, Lalita, we got you in there. All right, I see you there. Welcome. Okay. Oops, what did I do here? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, River, read some more here. Wait. Read this here, Tom. One more thing.
Shama Sundari. I love days when I hear his every word, and every word of his shake and empowered my soul.
Oh. Okay, go ahead and read some more there.
When the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahma is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Supersoul is but his localized plenary portion, he is the Supreme Personality of God. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full with 6 opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater or equal to him. Is greater than or equal to him. Is Maharaj frozen?
Yes.
I'm just going to read this again. When the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahma is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Supersoul is but his localized plenary portion, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full with 6 opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him.
Yeah, can you read that again? Because I was gone.
Of course. What the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahma is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Supersoul is but his localized plenary portion. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, followeth six opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him.
Yeah, so Lord Chaitanya revealed the highest truth. He showed his highest opulences, not just come and show he's opulent with money and wealth and big palace and all that stuff. He did kind of showed that in Dwarka, but he came as a beggar to show what the real wealth was. See, he was full in all opulences. On his highest ones was the biggest revelation. His love for Krishna, he showed, his love for the love of his dearmost servitor, Radharani. See, that is the greatest opulence. That is the greatest wealth. See, he showed that. See, six opulence, all fame. He showed the most famous personalities in the world are his devotees, especially Radha. See? He came to show full in six opulences. All beauty is in Radha. You could be an ugly person, and if you have pure bhakti awakened in your heart, you'll be the most beautiful person in the world. Because that's real beauty. Look at Vedavyas. He wrote this beautiful Bhagavatam. This beautiful Bhagavatam, it says, it was written by the ugliest person. This lady couldn't even had to put a bag over her own head because he couldn't have sex with him to have some progeny. I think it was Vidura came from that, but came from Vedavyas's thing. But he was so ugly. This Krishna wanted to show what real beauty is. Beauty is bhakti. Bhakti, isn't it funny? BB. Bhakti is beautiful, man. Real ecstatic devotion is beautiful. There ain't anything else beautiful in this world. Everything is ugly. Different levels of ugliness. Even mode of goodness is just a little less ugly than mode of passion. But there's still ugliness and goodness, envy and jealousy and false prestige. There's offenses in that too. These offenses are fences. Go ahead, Tom. What?
I was asking myself this morning, is there a connection between the beauty and right proportions?
I don't know what you mean.
Beauty has to do with right proportions. I feel somewhere. Beauty has to do with right proportions, and also about knowing your real target, your real aim.
Yeah, well, okay. It sounds a little complicated for me to go into right now. Okay, all right. So, yeah, okay. Read the last sentence in that, River. But you're muted.
Okay. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him.
Yeah, and so Lord Chaitanya, when you say he's the absolute truth, what does that mean? It means, what did he show? What did he reveal? No other truth was revealed that was greater than this. That's why I love promoting this. People need to know this, that this devotion is the revelation of Lord Chaitanya by his personal example. He showed how great it is to love Krishna. If you want to see love of Krishna in this world again, you have to see a person showing how fantastic it is to love Krishna. Otherwise, nobody knows. They think, oh, Krishna consciousness is about ceremonies and rules. But you don't see the symptoms of a heart, a person's body shivering, and tears in their eyes when they're chanting the name they love so much. Not only tears, but all kinds of wonderful symptoms. See, there is no other incarnation greater than Lord Chaitanya, because he showed and demonstrated this. He wasn't a no-show. No, we don't show those things. Okay, then you're not showing real Krishna consciousness yet. See, now is the time to show real Krishna consciousness, to put that show on the road. You know, where this is the road show, man. Show real Krishna consciousness. Show how fantastic it is to worship Krishna with real bhakti, real devotion. What are the symptoms of real devotion? Where's this shivering? Where are these tears? Where's this holy laughter, man? I think it's in Lalita and Johan. Really, look at River. She starts to laugh too now. Tom, he gets a few squirts of laughter coming out of him too sometimes. And I don't know about Karuna, man. He's still, a mystery man.
He was laughing, chanting yesterday.
Oh, that's good. It's a good sign. Yeah. Okay, read. Let me get a verse for you. Yeah, text 5.
The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Yeah, read the first verse. Just read the verse again.
The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency.
See, that's
Although
it. See, that's really the essence, man. See, that the love of Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's pleasure-giving potency. We need to see this reality in this world. Otherwise, we don't know the Lord's pleasure-giving potency. We think the pleasure-giving potency is eating a good, meal in this world. Yeah, because there's pleasure there, but it's superficial. It's to do with body, material body, and the senses and the mind relishing that pleasure, and has no idea of the transcendental pleasure potency of the spiritual body awakened and eating the Lord himself in his name, in his pastime. They don't know. Nobody knows. That's why, how are you going to know? You got to meet a real associate who is tasting that pleasure. Then you begin to understand, wow, there's another kind of pleasure available. Boy, it sure looks good. I never seen a person eating a steak enjoying like that. Really, I mean, you need to see that again. And otherwise, nobody knows what is the pleasure of God. That's the pleasure of God. Can be the pleasure of man also. Did you know? This is, we're in this human body. This can be our pleasure too. That's why the Lord came here. That's why, again, ultimately, if you're in Krishna consciousness, you need to see a person that has been activated. And they're tasting this spiritual pleasure in the holy name, just like Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda did. And their devotees did, real devotees. Not fakes, not replicas, not wannabes. Real devotees. The Lord gave this to his real devotees, the love of Radha and Krishna. That's why you see we make devotees of Lord Chaitanya first here. Those who get devotion to Lord Chaitanya automatically get the love of Radha and Krishna. You'll see those symptoms. That's why you need to find an associate of Lord Chaitanya in this world. I've seen people saying, "Oh, I'm direct devotee of Radha and Krishna." They pay Lord Chaitanya no mind, and I never see the excessive tears, excessive ecstasy like you see even in my students here and friends. See, because this is the real way, man. This is the way. When you read the scriptures, and not scraptures out there, the real scriptures. The real scriptures, you see what's going on here and why it works. The devotees here of Lord Chaitanya, they love Lord Chaitanya's Leela. Look at River laughs when she and cries when she reads the Leela. Okay, then the love of Radha Krishna is in her. Lalita Ganga, same thing. She reads the Leela of Lord Chaitanya, and therefore the love of Radha and Krishna is there. And then she can even read, both of those two can read the prayers of Prabodhananda Saraswati, Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, and Govinda Leela Mrita in ecstasy. Come on, man. Wake up, sleeping souls. Jeev Jago. This is what you can get here. This is real treasure. This is these opulences that they say that he manifested. Lord Chaitanya. You know, to know what real treasure is, the highest treasure is to relish these leelas, to relish the association of Lord Chaitanya. Who's Radha and Krishna combined? Okay, read the next sentence there. You're muted.
Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally.
Yeah, you see, one in their identity in the sense that those are the qualities of God. You know, he's got real devotion, see, and he's really truth. He's truth. He's personified. Conclusive understanding of a reality, you know, perfect reality. See, he's one identity. See, that's why you see on Radha's feet the marks of God, and just a little different, but the same. You know, you don't see marks like that on just anybody. There's Krishna's feet and Radha's feet. See, then they separated themselves for pastimes, and then they combined again for pastimes. See, then the Lord in one body was after himself. Radha was there, Krishna was there. And he was always, you know, worshiping and said, "Where is Krishna? Oh, there's Krishna. I've seen Krishna." And this is very playful, wonderful happiness. And he wants to give us this too. But you got to find a real associate showing that kind of thing. Otherwise, you didn't find yet. You're still looking. Your guru, is he like that? Well, we don't know. He's a no-show. We think he is. He says he is. How do you know? Maya is really tricky. She's tricking everybody except the real devotees, because they're it. You could see that's going on. They, you know, so anyway, if you're here to preach it, like I got the order in 1996 to preach this stuff. I don't think anybody's got that order. Have you heard anybody say they got an order? Have you heard one guru say, "Well, I got the order to preach ecstatic devotion"? They'll probably even tell you, "Well, we didn't get such an order. That's why we go against you, Gauri Das. We don't like what you preach." Well, too bad. I got the order from the guy, the person that you don't know very well, obviously. You know, Prabhupada told me to do this, the one you worship. See, Krishna, a lot of people, they don't know their guru and they don't know Krishna very well. See? Jesus said the same thing. You guys are worshiping God and you don't know him very well. You don't know Moses very well. Because you go against, you don't understand the value of this preaching. You know, can you imagine? Look at the people getting ecstatic devotion in the Sangha, and we don't even get invited to a class. We don't even get invited to give a class in ISKCON or anything. In other words, they don't know who they're worshiping, but we do. They think this is neophyte or whatever they're thinking is completely wrong. Here the highest thing is being given, and we're not even invited to a class. That shows me everything, where Krishna consciousness is. Have you heard invite say, you know, we don't even get an interview. These guys are interviewing everybody that doesn't have any of this kind of real bhakti. The perfection of Krishna consciousness is actually here, and we never even get an interview. They don't even care. And that's why I say I don't care. All I can do is preach to you guys, and maybe somebody will get it. But you don't care about what I care about. Well, I care about ecstatic devotion, man. I think it's the most important thing in this world. It's the only thing that gives us the ability to appreciate Krishna, appreciate Vrindavan, relish Vrindavan, taste Vrindavan. You taste real happiness in this world, and you guys don't care about it in ISKCON and all that, doing the big shows and the Hari Nams and all that, but they don't care about this. Well, you don't know who you're worshiping. See, we reach in to these folds, and maybe somebody will come out. Karuna came out. He's over here. Here, read this, Tom.
Johannes de Mond. No, Dhritarashtra was blind because his mother closed her eyes when Vyasadeva make a child. Pandu's skin was white because his mother from C. Vyasadeva. So
okay, this is getting too complicated. Sorry about that, Johan. We'll have to read it later. It's too complicated. He can't even read it easily. So, okay, River, read it.
Sorry. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself.
Yeah, he wanted to show how important this bhakti is, to worship like this, by example. Isn't it amazing? A lot of people at first in Navadvip, they didn't accept it. They just thought he was crazy. Oh, this guy's crazy. But he was showing the most confidential thing, this Radharani, this kind of devotion, the most secret of all secrets. And he emphatically showed how important it was. He was devoted to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, which is devotion to Krishna in the mantra form. See? So to know how important that mantra is, you have to see a devotee chanting it in ecstasy. See? Because that means the feeling is there. How and the truth is there in that mantra. Everything is in that. You got to see that. You got to see somebody manifest. Otherwise, it just becomes another mantra. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Just a second here. Let me. Oops. Hare Krishna. All right, verse. Where am I? Come on.
Maharaj, could you ask somebody else to read it? Because we're going to go to Rangas now.
Yeah, okay. Tom, you got your book out?
Okay.
Yeah, read text 6. This is one of my favorite verses.
Jai Shri Gavahidas, thank you. 6. 6. Oh, I have to close my phone. Sorry.
You're not feeling so good, Lalita? Is it? No. Oh.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Text 6. Desiring to understand. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hari, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachidevi, as the moon appeared from the ocean,
So read the verse very slowly, first sentence, and then stop.
Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love.
See, he saw that glory. See, he was there in Vrindavan, and he saw this love was extraordinary. See, now he comes as Lord Chaitanya, later, right? Early in the Kali Yuga. He comes as Lord Chaitanya, and he sees a devotee that has this bhakti, this kind of devotion. And he thinks, wow, how fortunate I am to see this bhakti, because now Krishna will never leave me. Okay? And so he started to manifest this bhakti himself, and they started to make other devotees who began to also desire to have this glory. Matter of fact, the devotees, when the Lord started manifesting this prema, this devotion, one by one, the devotees came. Even his mother said, oh, you got this wealth of prema. Can you give me this wealth? Usually give me the other wealth. Well, give me, this is real wealth. Can you give me the wealth of prema? And the Lord said, by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, you will get this prema, this devotion awakened in you. See, that's why, if you're not having such an awakening, being with a real guru, either they're just teaching you rules and regulations like Moses and Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta. But if you're not having such awakening, you're not with a guru who has such awakening themselves, which is mostly the case. See? But if you're with a real associate of the Lord and Guru who's preaching the glories of this, like Lord Chaitanya did and his devotees did back in the day, then very quickly you'll start to desire this. You'll want this. You think, when will tears come to my eyes? See, now you're following the verse of Nartam. And then the tears will come because you want that. The Lord's nature is he gives you what you want. What do you want? Money? You want wealth? You want a beautiful woman? Oh, you want prema? Because you saw prema, you see its glories, you become like Krishna, desiring to wonder the glory. I want to also experience some of this glory. See, that's the Raganuga path. You see a devotee with these symptoms of a very extraordinary devotion and love, and you desire it. You think, I also want to. That's why we can have waitresses. They come here out of the blue, but they desire this, and therefore they make quick progress on this path. And these gurus, they don't desire this. It's right here, right in front of their face, and they don't have any desire for it. They don't have desire for the glories of this love. What is this? So to me, what is that? What kind of guruship is that? You don't know what is really valuable. A waitress comes here, this is valuable. And therefore she gets real value. Yeah? Lalita, And others, river, they get real value because they see this is valuable. They do, I want this also. See, this is this path we're teaching. We show the value. Show the value. Demonstrate the value. We got our Kirby vacuum here. We go and throw, we don't even have to throw dirt on the rug. We show, look at this Kirby vacuum of Radha's love, man. Look how it sucks up all the dirt. It's already out there. We don't have to throw any dirt in the rug. People are all full of dirt. We just say, look how it really works good. This Radha's devotion and love. Just a great vacuum cleaner, man. Just sucks it all up. All the anxiety and all the fear. Go ahead, Tom. What?
I feel Krishna, he just tests our determination. He brings us all the qualities and the quality of the happiness coming from the mode of goodness and the quality of Shuddha Tattva. And then you can choose, but you have to be determined.
Yeah. Determination comes pretty natural. You know, you got to get the strength in sadhu sangha. Yeah. Okay. Read the next sentence.
Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes. Through her love.
Yeah. So you cannot relish these qualities in Krishna without this love. It'll just be external bhakti, rules, regulations. Maybe there's something there a little bit. But you need this love if you want to relish who and what Krishna is. You got to taste him. See, in him. See? Because when you're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, are you really in him? Well, if you're really into him, that love will manifest in your life, in your heart, and that causes you to be into the real Krishna and relishing those qualities. Otherwise, you can't really taste them. It'll be Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Love hasn't manifested. Okay, I did my duty, mode of goodness. Okay, yeah, I feel little some bliss or something in that, but I'm not deep in Krishna and who he is and what he is. I don't know the virtues of his supreme personality and his characteristics and all that, because that love has not manifested much in me. That love is weak. See, therefore I'm not overwhelmed by those qualities. Okay. So he saw a devotee again. See, it's all the devotee is the path. I mean, you're looking at the real path. You're looking at the real truth. Okay? You're looking at a devotee who is relishing these deep qualities of the Lord. That's why I say, to those who worship me with loving ecstasy, Krishna says, I give them the understanding and them the real knowledge. That's the real Krishna. That's being in the real truth. It's very relishable, very wonderful. It causes the devotee, they just want to glorify that. That's what liberates people, that word. That's the word of God. The inspired word of God comes for such devotees who have that love. Nowhere else does that word come from. That liberates people. That's why you see this word liberates people. This word manifests that love in people. This is the path, is the devotee. They're the door. That's what Jesus meant. People think when Jesus said, I'm the door. Those who go through the door become the shepherd of sheep, because you become like that. You become the door. You're preaching. Your word liberates people. Your testimony is real, is experiential. Okay? Nobody else. That's why these gurus can't cause bhakti to awaken in their disciples unless they're like what we're preaching here. This word, this feeling, this devotional ecstasy. See? That's why it works here and not there. You need to know that, because here's the real path. There isn't, unless they're the same qualities that you see here. Very simple, logical, isn't it? It's not offensive to tell people where the real path is, where the real guru is, where the real life of love of God is. Is that offensive? Am I offending these gurus by telling them if you don't have these qualities that actually work here to cause love of God to manifest in the lives of disciples, that if you don't have these qualities, you're not the real guru? Is this offensive? Or is this a gift? I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just logically looking at this situation. People don't know what it is. What is real offense? What is it? Lord Chaitanya got totally angry at Devananda Pandit, who was respected as a pure devotee, and as he was the one, he was the guru, and all this. And Lord Chaitanya said, you're not. You don't have real devotion, therefore you're not. You threw my devotee out of your class. Hey, that's also again now, man. Hey, man, Radhanath, you're not good enough, man. You misled a disciple of Gaur Haridas away from the real path. We're proving this is the real path. You misled. You're not there yet. Is this offensive to tell the truth? You don't know what real bhakti is, like Devananda Pandit. The whole world, oh no, this is the way he sees. He's the Devananda Pandit of the modern days in ISKCON. What if Lord Chaitanya didn't say that? Or I didn't say that? Nobody would know. Everybody would die thinking they're the door, and they're not. Look at Devananda Pandit. Because of that chastisement and truthful chastisement. The truth will set you free. It set Devananda Pandit free. He became a real pure devotee. But what did he do? He had to serve a real Vaishnava. He had to acknowledge a real Vaishnava. Then he did it. Until these guys do, they're going to die with that false ego, thinking they're it. Their disciples thinking they're it, but nobody gets the prize. Maybe somebody will hear over there. I'm just teaching the book. If I don't teach the book, nobody will know the book. That's what I see. You got to be able to teach the book and not be afraid to do it. For their welfare, man. Both blind leader and blind follower. You're blind unless this ecstatic devotion awakens in your heart. You're still more or less blind in the modes. Yeah, you see, absolutely not, Maharaj. The truth is here. You got to be convinced that. Really, you really do. You got to see intelligently. Is real path here, is real devotion and real conclusive understanding here, and where it isn't. You can't be sentimental and say, well, I don't know, I shouldn't be, I should give equal, respect here as also there. That's why people aren't getting this. You got to see clearly, man. You got to see, hey, man, real bhakti is here. I can see what's in the book is here in living reality. And I look over there and it's not there. What's wrong with that? That's clear. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Otherwise, the rain is still in your face. Maya is still out there. Ooh, You got to know, where is truth, man? Where is the bhakti, the pure bhakti? See? And if it's there, it's great. We'll see the symptoms. Everything will be fine. Everything's cool. They'll be, if they're real devotees, saying, my God, man, you're saying what I've been thinking. That's all. But, yeah. See, that verse, even in the Bible, becomes manifest when the real associates are here, strong in this bhakti. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord. Spirit of the Lord is this love, this devotion, man. It makes you realize stuff. I've been anointed by the Spirit of the Lord, okay? And to do what? To set the captive free. There's many captives out there. They're captivated by many levels of illusion. See? And so we set the captives free and preach the good news to who? To the waitresses. Oh, they just come here, take the look. They lap up the good news. Don't have to set her free, huh? She's already free. We said preach the good news for those. The captives are these gurus, are their fathers. We gotta rattle the cages. Get their attention. Come on, look, the waitresses are getting what you can't get. Look at a bad housewife there's got what you can't, what 1,000 you gurus can't get because you don't got it. But it's here in the Sangha, the blessings of Prabhupada and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. Read this, Tom.
Amy, I like you use the word overwhelmed, as I was actually just thinking it. Overwhelmed by these qualities. These feelings can be very overwhelming and overpowering when you are tapped into them.
Yeah, when you're tapped into them, yes. Oops, what happened here? Yeah, read that. Shamaguri.
Yeah. Shamaguru, we need to have that greed. We need to have that greed. And this we can develop more and more by chanting and listening. That is how it works, the best for me, I'm realizing. With faith in Guru and Gauranga, that is necessary, first of all.
Yeah, that's how it comes. You realize the greed will come, everything comes from that. The Lord Krishna said, my devotee, the real one, see, the real devotees with real devotion is the root from which I grow. See, Krishna is in your heart, dormant, and he starts to grow, see, by associating with that kind of devotee. See, big brother, big spiritual brother. Otherwise, you're going to have a big material brother. Notice we got not much choice, man. There's big material brother looming, and they want to track and trace and control every friggin' thing you do. That's, to be honest with you, that's why I left ISKCON. I couldn't take it any longer. They want to trace and track every friggin' thing I did. Oh, how does that mentality get in religion? Hey, did you ask permission? See, they want a permissive society, even in religion. Did you ask permission of your guru to do this? Permission. Oh my God. That's for babies, man. You want to remain a child? You want to be tracked and traced and controlled and all that stuff? Or do you want to be in relationship with the Lord, the transcendental supreme personality of Godhead, and relating to that Lord in ecstatic worship like this? And then get all you need from that, all the purification you need from that, all the insight you need from that, all the real knowledge you need. Everything comes from what you get here. You don't need any big gurus out there telling you to wipe your butt with your left hand repetitively, or that you're not your body and you don't realize it because you don't realize this relationship that they can't give you. If they can, then let's prove it, man. Let's see some rocking and rolling in some temples, man. Let's see some rasa dancing in the temples. The temples being your friggin' body, man. That's the real temple. Who's built that one? Where is that one growing? All this external, the temple, we're building another temple out there, another temple out there. That's neophytes, my friends. The acharyas, the real ones, gave that work for neophytes, and people are still, gurus and their followers, still thinking about the external temples and ceremonies and fire sacrifices. Okay, neophyte gurus and neophyte followers still. But this temple, what about this temple, man? Where do we see the symptoms of this temple built into perfection of love of God? That's the real temple people need to be interested in. That's what Lord Chaitanya came to show, the real temple. He was it. Nityananda was it. Their real followers were it by their mercy. Where is that in 2021? See? That's the real God and goddess. Where's that life? Otherwise, it's all in the book. It's all shadows. Oh, look at the conch with the water in it. No. This has got to be the conch, man. This has got to be the flame. Otherwise, you don't know who you're worshiping. It's just an abbas, a shadow of the truth. Where's the flowers blooming? That's the Lord, the devotees' hearts, man. Blooming. Offering that to the Lord. Anybody worshiping rightly knows what I'm talking about. Your heart is offered to the Lord. That's the flower the Lord's looking for. The surrender, the natural relationship, and the happiness of that. That's the flower that God is. That's the fragrance. Otherwise, all this incense thing, and okay, very nice. Okay, great. It's like the wafer, the wafer and the grape juice for communion. Where is the soul to supreme soul communion, man? That's what the Lord's looking for. In the Catholic Church, they're still doing the wafer and the grape juice. That's their communion. Oh, I took communion. It's like going to the temple and the Bible. See, that's called religion still. Religion is not perfect yet, not perfected. Yeah. Awakening love of God is, okay, now that you found perfection. Oh, and it doesn't stop. Every day is more perfect. Tomorrow is even more perfect. And the next day, even more perfect. How would you like to live a life like that? The white lotus of good fortune, always increasing. Well, that's what we're selling here. That's our product. Go ahead, read on the next verse.
I have to say something about this because I really recognize what's going on in my life also. Yes.
Yeah.
And in these churches and these temples, I felt attracted to the source, to Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came with their additional conditionings. Yes. Yeah.
Tax collectors.
Yes. I really I feel it in all my system. I already had tears there when I was in this temple. And then they came, you have to do it like that, and you have to do it like that. And they came with all their conditionings and additional. And you can have, you can have the Bhagavad Gita, and you can have the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then, yes, I said, okay, give it to me. Yes, but you only can have 9 volumes. But I want to have it in English. No, you only can get it in Dutch. And they made a big merchandise thing of it, and I really had it.
Yeah, that's called motivated religion, my friends. So Bhakti Siddhanta wrote a whole paper about this. He said that's what religion does. See, religion, as soon as the spirit starts to come, it wants to squash it. They're afraid of it, So I had the same thing. I come to the temple, I start chanting Hare Krishna, the tears were coming. I started getting tears. And immediately the temple president came and just squashed me, you know. Uh-oh, how dare you cry in the temple? The guy never changed either. This is why I say it's very slow for these guys. Years later, I told him, I want to build a temple for Prabhupada. I was thinking of doing that, you know. And he said, you're crazy. Never changed. After years in Krishna consciousness, very slow progress. And people think, he's such a great Kirtaniya. He's such a, don't even know what is Krishna yet, even to this day. That's how slow it is in those groups. And the part of the problem of religion, see? But anyway, people, you know, it's all when their time is their time. For me, it was a good lesson. And for you, it's a lesson too. That's called motivated religion. They don't know Krishna. They don't know God. You know, but then, you know, they put the show on. You know, they sing nicely, you know, but it's superficial. They dance superficially, you know. They're, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then they meet a devotee with real bhakti. Oh, what are you doing? Right? Isn't that how it is? They don't know what real devotee. Devotee is devotee, man. You know, we're here teaching what is the real God. I mean, this is really important for people to know. What is the real God? What is the real goddess? And we're here to introduce you to Radha, man, the real goddess. Because with the real goddess, then you'll know the glories of Krishna. But you need to know the glories of devotion. And until you accept that, you're not following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, who accepted the path of ecstatic love from his guru, who represented it. He's chanting the Lord in ecstasy, the Lord's name. Yeah, so it's that simple. Read this, Tom. Oh, no, we read that already. Here, read this.
Freddy Boutzen, absolute truth versus relative truth. Absolute truth are applicable for all souls, while relative truths are related to the identification to this material world.
Yeah, to the material bodies. See, absolute truth is to do with our spiritual body. See? And the world's relative to this material body is what people are. It's all their topics of conversation. And we learned from Lord Brahma, who created all this bullshit in the world. He even said, I created nothing but bullshit. Nonsense, he called it. Makes no sense. You know, because all to do with the material body, the shadow, you know. People talking about the bodies and the weathers and all of this stuff, everything coming and going, everything that comes and goes, and they die in that meditation of what comes and goes. See? So the only enlivening topics really, and you know, when you get attracted here, you start to realize, I'm really enlivened when I hear about the spiritual truth. There's life in that. Otherwise, there's no life in this other stuff. All to do with the body and all that. You know? So the real life is in spirit, man, and that which pertains to the spiritual body of the devotee and the Lord. Other there's no life. You'll see by your own. You come here. This is why sadhu sangha is so important, because you come here, you start to realize this quickly. Not many lifetimes. Yeah, I told you that guy who he told me from the beginning of my Krishna consciousness career, don't cry in a temple, you offensive rascal. And the end of his career, he's still alive, I think. He's saying the same bullshit. He hasn't progressed. He's pretty much more or less the same as he was. But boy, has things. The only hindrance was the tests. I had to deal with these Vaidhi Bhaktas over the years. They were the biggest test. the biggest obstacle for me personally, because I wanted Krishna and they were in the friggin' way. You know, that's just how it is for those who are, like that. We're here to pick up those people, to remove the obstacle of that level. It's two different paths, man. People that come into this world, they're like babies, children, babies and they're naturally attracted to this, what we're teaching here. But the obstacle are these persons. They're teaching another level. They don't understand this. It's like a fish in water can't understand what's going on land. And there's people that are on the land. They're trying to get their land legs, and the fish are all there, causing them problems. But anyway, that's it. So anyway, that's why we're here to help those people that want to worship the Lord in spirit and truth, just like Jesus taught, like Lord Chaitanya taught. Spirit, devotional spirit. You know how many people in ISKCON, they don't even know what this is? Or any of the groups. They don't know what the spirit is. Even the guru, one of my disciples, went to one of these big gurus. He said, is there a Holy Spirit? No, there's no Holy Spirit. One of my disciples was feeling it. And no, doesn't know. No, there's no spirit. Shows you, no, he's projecting. No real spirit. Tell you, man, this is a big challenge here, man. That's only if you're empowered by Krishna can you pull some people out of this thing. We've already pulled quite a few people out. Yeah. Even to get like 13 people listening here is amazing. Some people are putting pictures of people part of our Sangha. It's actually, when you see it pictorially, I think Johan did put a bunch of pictures of people there. You're looking, wow, there are a lot of people coming, actually. It's significant. We're pulling people out of the Maya, man, pulling them into the truth. Yeah. Okay.
Can I say a little thing?
Yeah, just do it, man. I don't say can I.
I have, okay. And when I want to go somewhere, I want to come and I want absolute truth, yes? And they give me relative truth, yes?
Yeah.
What do I do? Then I leave them.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there. If I want absolute truth and they give me a fake, a limited truth, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, you don't need that to add to you. If they are willing to listen to this kind of preaching, which to do with the spiritual body and how to develop it quickly, great. If not, move on. Shake the dust off your feet and move on. And practically, that is, hey, you don't see. You shaking the dust means, hey, man, you got an opportunity or you're missing it. So I'll see you later. Go ahead. You missed it. That makes them think. After a while, they think, why would he say so bold? See, the bottom line is, do you know you have the truth here? Because when you do, then you can tell people, hey, man, I got the truth here. The truth is this. This is the real path, man. What you're doing is external bhakti. And they're promoting that as eternal bhakti. No, it's external bhakti. You haven't been born yet. You start telling people, they start to wake them up. They start to see this is uncommon. Nobody stood up to our bullshit before. They aggressively preach. It's just like these Democrats, man. You see how these guys, the leftists, they preach very aggressively and everything. But it's all bullshit. They're not even in the world. They're full of, everybody should just take this and anybody that uses their brain and does some research and everything says, oh, you got to be insane not to be hesitant. And these guys preaching, no, this is the truth. No, you're just a brainwash program person, man. You're being misled big time by the illusory potency. That's, you see, and we got that in religion. We got all these big persons in religion, big sannyasis in there. Yeah, we got the real path, and they got diddly squat, man. They don't have any real thing. They got a bunch of ceremonies, a bunch of external bhakti, a bunch of external communions with the water and the conch and all that. Their eyes are not the conch yet. We teach the eyes to become the conch. See, this is real, man. This is deep. See, people don't know. So we're here to teach them. The deeper we go, the deeper our preaching will be. See, the more convinced we are by experience, the more convincing we will be out there too.
Yeah. Let them prove that they are right. Yes. Let them take that thing, the injection, and then tell me 2 years after that if it works. But no, they cannot do that because they will not live anymore, or
No.
they cannot prove that they are right. So why should I follow them? It's pure illogical, fake.
Well, a lot of people are following programs. See, they're programmed by the illusion. See, if you tell a lie, see, this is even, these people know this. If you tell a lie long enough and repetitively, people believe it as the truth. See, and this is our secret here. Just keep telling the truth long enough, then it's realized as the truth. Otherwise not. That's why you get the tests from Maya. Maya's testing, Oh, don't keep saying this. No, they come very aggressive again. No. This is the truth. And the more we become convinced and keep preaching the truth, people get set free because the truth is more powerful. The illusions are only, the lie becomes the truth only for a time because it's flimsy, it's hypocritical, it's not solid. It's an illusion. See, they create illusion, darkness as the truth. So we just keep preaching the truth. That's what this Bhagavatam is the truth. Just keep preaching Bhagavatam as it is, Chaitanya Leela as it is, these concepts as they are. Show this bhakti because it's the truth, man. It's the real goddess, Radharani and Nityananda. See, it's a source of their power. See, a source of understanding Krishna. Hey, this has to be. So that's our, resolve, our dedication. See, like that, more and more. Then people, because it is the truth, man, we are being honest and real. See? Then it becomes the reality of so many others. Look here, people are coming already. It's becoming their reality because it's real. It's solid. And the more you get into it, you realize this is more solid than it's more solid than the Vaidhi Bhakti path. It's more solid than being in ISKCON and these no-show groups. It's solid, man. Worshiping the Lord in loving ecstasy like Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda demonstrated 550 years ago is solid, man. It's real. And it's real. It makes us real forever. Otherwise, we're meditating on the illusions, more or less. We'll come. We die. We're born of Vaidhi Bhakti, here by, maybe preaching or something. And we die of Vaidhi Bhakti. And we come back again until you get this. Look at people, you're having symptoms of being liberated souls here, man. You read the scriptures, you see, what is it? Look, well, those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy, tears in the eyes, choking in the voice, throbbing in the heart, they are promoted to the kingdom of God. That's what the scriptures say. You believe it? In so many places, Prahlad Maharaj had these symptoms. You think he's not in a spiritual dimension? Lord Brahma praises if one's heart doesn't change when they chant the holy name and tears don't come to the eyes, their heart is like steel framed. Does anybody have a soft heart here? Can you see? See, all these are in the scriptures, and that becomes your reality. Okay, now you're in eternal reality. You're eternal person. You're immortal. Okay, people don't know this. People in ISKCON don't know this. People in these groups don't know this. See? They don't know this is the real value, man. This is the real truth. They don't know this. Therefore, that's why they don't invite us. They don't know that this is the real deal. Yeah, but we go on. See, this is fun, isn't it? This is our sacrifice. This sacrifice the truth to this world, man. See, the Lord preached this, right? He relished it and preached it at the same time. With the same process here. Read this here. See if it comes up. Yeah, go ahead, read this.
I have to read the name. Padma Garbha Prema Bhaktidas. Yes, many in the temples are deluded by religion. They neglect the inner temple. They are still within the three modes, and that causes them ignorance. They've tried to monopolize Vaishnava teachings by creating a business same as every other corrupt business.
You see how, you notice it takes a Jesus to come in there and say, come on, man, what are you doing? You're doing business with God. That's material motivated religion. That's just a shadow of the truth. That ain't the real Bhagavatam. That ain't the real truth. See? So it's always the same thing in religion. It comes back again. So we study these histories. So therefore you need to be with devotees who knock down the business. See? Knock down, didn't Jesus? He overturned the business in the thing. No business with God. No, let's make this pure worship, man. Yeah? At least you got to want this kind of worship, not the business worship. Yeah. So that's how it is. It's always the same obstacle. And many people are taking shelter of business persons. They probably call them professional Bhagavatam reciters. Do you know how many are in religion? Most are like that. They're in it for a profession. Did you get your position by real bhakti? No. Did they get it? No. They were appointed. Maybe they wormed their way in somehow. Maybe they paid somebody off. Who knows, Yeah. Here, read this.
Amy, I was just talking to a friend about this idea of how we people come into this world with no proper guidance. We grow and listen to all these people here and there who have no clue who or what they are, and even less of a clue about what is the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is the best?
You see. Oh, yeah. Just a second. Yeah, this is the thing. People they don't know who they are. None of us do. We need to get the knowledge in parampara. We need, otherwise the Maya is just too thick, man. It's everywhere. We're very fortunate to get this information, this knowledge. That's why Prabhupada took such care to write those books. He knew it was important. This knowledge is important. You see how important it is. It's not just by chanting and ecstasy. You see people that lack the knowledge still, they go off. I mean, look, we just had one lady just kind of disappear, even though she has ecstasy. See, she needed more schooling to understand this knowledge by association and learn what it is to be dedicated to Guru. Not just, it's just me and Krishna now. So Yeah. That's why you got to stay, with your mother and father, which is the bona fide spiritual master, and until you become really deep into this, and then you just naturally, why wouldn't you want to be here in sadhu sangha, even though if your guru disappeared, you can still maintain in this world. You know what I mean? A lot of people leave prematurely, just like they jump to being gurus prematurely. See? They're like premature babies. They don't survive in that sense. They need care, Okay, why don't you guys chant a little bit? I'm gonna shut the generator off, and I'll be right back.
Can I read the rest from the text from Facebook?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So Amy continues, or what they are, and even less of a clue about what is the best and most successful method of operation for understanding and thriving in this world. And the result is a world filled with mass confusion. And the result is a world filled with mass confusion.
Yeah, you see, by good fortune, Amy sees the value in this knowledge, in this worship. And that's Krishna's mercy, actually. Really is. Or anybody else that's like this. You see how important it is, especially when you don't have it, because none of us had it. I was just wandering around, in the world before I got Prabhupada's books. And then it started to get a little more clear, what life is about. Without this knowledge, you're just wandering around in this illusion, that illusion, things are not clear. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be right back.
Are we going to chant?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to end it now. I think this is a good time to end. And if anybody's inspired, you can go live. Hey, we have 14 people today. Steady. Pretty good. Thank you for coming, everybody. And we'll be back.
Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I know you're not feeling good. And all that. Yeah. So get well quick.